Hi, I'm Leonie Monsivais and I'm the Communications Coordinator here at Hospice El Paso. We're thrilled to kick off this brand new video series where we're going to be joining forces with Knuckleheads Garage and the Stave Society on an exciting new project, the restoration of a 1978 Corvette C3. At Hospice El Paso, our mission is to provide the highest quality of care and compassion to our patients and their loved ones. For educational, clinical, and support services, we strive to make a difference in our community. And we couldn't be happier to have the support of the Knuckleheads Garage and Stave Society in our journey. And now to the man behind the magic, Alex Zamora over at Knuckleheads Garage. Take it away, Alex.
Hello guys, my name is Alex Zamora. I am the owner of Knuckleheads Garage here at 1707 Myrtle Drive, El Paso, Texas. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about myself, a little bit about my brother Carlos, and who we are and how we started this business. Myself, I've always been very, I guess you could say, looking forward to towards puzzles. I was a big Tetris type of guy. I always liked puzzles. I always liked, things that made my mind just wonder what it was about. So at the age of 12, 13 years old, I started working on little lawnmowers and weed eaters and stuff like that. And I always thought motors were something that was inspiring to me. Like, whoa, this is awesome. And then finally, I decided to start working on cars at the age of 14. So my dad had an old 69 C10 pickup truck, 350, 2-barrel. And my dad was like, hey, you're really good at lawnmowers. See if you can fix my Chevy truck. So at the age of 14, that's when I started working on actual cars. So from the age of 14 to the age of 35 years old, I was strictly a backyard mechanic. And when I got our first shop, and within 6 months, 8 months, it blew up. People were just like, whoa, you guys are doing an awesome thing here. So we decided to move because it was our shop, one bay shop was too small for us. Because I didn't want to bite more than I could chew. So then I decided to move to a bigger shop down in Lee Street, 2-bay shop. Within a year, the whole shop was full of cars and full of work. And then we got so big we had to move. We moved to Dyer, 4205 Dyer. That was a 4-bay shop. And within 2.5 years, it was explosive. I mean, we had to park cars outside from all the work that we had. Okay, so 2019 comes along, COVID completely just tears us down. But you know what? I felt it in here, and I felt it in here that I had to keep going. I had to move on. We got this huge 12,500 square foot warehouse, which is now the home of Knuckleheads Garage. But see, things happened in a way where it destroyed us. And it ruined us. COVID ruined us. It ruined our business. It ruined everything. But we knew we had to stay strong. And we just moved forward, paying our dues, paying what we had to do, making our bones, like the way they say it. Or like how the way my dad used to say it, siempre atrás de la tortilla, meaning you always have to go chase the next meal, chase the next, what's next. When my father got diagnosed with cancer in 2018, he had it rough. And we couldn't see how my dad was in pain, and it was just it's a horrible thing to see my dad going through pain when he passed in 2018. And when we got hospice, it was night and day difference. I mean, they were there. They helped my father not only come to the end of his life, but they helped him with getting things in order towards the end of his life. That was, helping him come home, helping him stay comfortable, helping him be around his family. And they were always there. Hospice was always there to lend that hand to my dad. So when we saw that, we figured, hey man, how nice of these people to come, how nice of these people to worry, how nice of these people to keep my dad comfortable. And not only to keep my dad comfortable, till the end and that was it. No, to keep him comfortable so he could stay as strong, living as much as possible till the day the good Lord takes him. And that's what I think why we decided to, come partner up with Hospice, because I think that it shouldn't be just like that. I think it should be to make good memories, to make the greatest memories till the time comes for you to meet God. So I think providing as many donations as we possibly can for them, to help other people, to help other gentlemen, help other ladies, to help even kids, you know, help them to foresee to the end as comfortable, as nice, and as greatest memories that they can possibly make. So now we're taking on amazing projects. Now the latest and greatest project that we got going on now is a 1978 Corvette C3. It's got a regular 350 engine, you know, 700R transmission. It's a regular basic Corvette, 25th year anniversary. It's a beautiful Corvette. I mean, it's a phenomenal Corvette, good looking car, very good looking car. But Mr. Jim Voiland, he didn't want it just to be an original regular car. So we're gonna go ahead and drop in some goodies. So when we go back at the shop, I'm gonna show you guys the goodies. I wanna show you what we're building. I wanna show you what we're so excited about here at Knuckleheads. And I'll go ahead and give you a preview of the 280Z and some other projects that we're doing around the shop. So let's go back there. Okay guys, like I promised you, we're back at the shop. What I wanted to show you now, this is Dr. Jim Voiland's 78 Corvette. Okay, 78 Corvette 25th anniversary. Like I told you before, regular engine, regular transmission. That's the car. That's the beauty of right there. It ran and drove perfectly fine, but he wanted more power, more performance. So this is what we're gonna do. See this engine right here? It's a General Motors high performance 495 horsepower LS2 6.2. LS3 6.2. This is what this is right here. We got it from General Motors up in Wisconsin. Got it directly from the factory from General Motors. And then we got a stage 2 transmission 4L80E from Spike Performance all the way in Laredo, Texas. We got those two in last week. We're gonna mate these two probably Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, and then put it in that beautiful Corvette right there. We got all these parts that came in. This is Ride Tech technology. We're installing all of these parts, the suspension components. We're doing the rear. We're doing all of, getting rid of the leaf spring in the rear. I don't know if you guys know about these C3s. I have a leaf spring in the back, kind of like in an arch. Getting rid of that. We're gonna install coilovers. We're gonna install new bushings, bearings, everything on this Corvette. And this is the kit right here. The Ride Tech, all of that's the kit for the suspension. The front suspension as well. We're gonna do wishbone suspension. We're gonna do all of it, ball joints, you name it. And then to stop this sucker, because that's almost a 500 horsepower engine, and that transmission's gonna get up and go. To stop it, we're gonna go ahead and use these Willwood brakes. We just got them in on Thursday, Friday of last week. So we're gonna install, this is the front suspension, there's a rear system, there'll be in the front brake kit, the rear brake kit. We're gonna install these things in this car in the next following weeks, okay? We've already started removing the engine. If you wanna go back here and check out the car, it's empty. We already removed the engine. We moved the engine and transmission. We removed quite a bit of stuff on it. Now remember, it's a 78 Corvette. It didn't have fuel injection, it had a carburetor. So we removed all the carburetor lines, all the fuel lines, removed all that other stuff. So this car is pretty much ready for that beast and that transmission. It's gonna be so much fun. Once this car is done, it's gonna run and drive phenomenal. Dr. Jim Voiland is gonna love this Corvette. Love this Corvette. As you can see, we do C3s, C4s. You know, we do all sorts of Corvettes here. So we're ready to go, get started. We got most of the parts in, most of the big parts. So stay tuned for the following weeks, the weeks to come. We're gonna be installing everything on this Corvette, making sure this car runs and drives great. And remember, this car is gonna be smiles per gallon, okay? Smiles per gallon. So we're really excited to work with Dr. Jim Voiland and the hospice. And well, here we are at Knuckleheads Garage. Like I said, is a 12,500 square foot warehouse. I don't know if you just want to see the Corvette, but we can go ahead and show you the 280Z. Maybe that'll be next week's video. We'll start with that. We'll stop right there. And thank you very much, and we'll see you next week and show you the progress.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jim Voiland, CEO of Hospice of El Paso, and also the owner of the 1978 Corvette that Alex and Knuckleheads Garage has been so kind to restore for me. I'm thrilled to be able to talk about the relationship between El Paso Hospice, Knuckleheads Garage, and the Stave Society. Hospice of El Paso is the largest nonprofit hospice in the El Paso area, and we're also the only hospice that provides care for pediatric patients. Knuckleheads Garage is a full custom shop that takes classics and makes them beautiful again. Complete redos. You can bring it in on a trailer and you can drive it out of here with 700 horsepower. The Stave Society is an organization that enjoys the finer things in life, such as good whiskey or other forms of alcohol. And they also own a great bar in the Northeast. I greatly admire Alex's perseverance and his dedication to making each car the best that it can be. And that's not an easy task. A lot of times I'm sure they want to give up on some of the cars that are brought, but they don't. And the result is a classic car that's restored to its original beauty, and in many cases, like I hope with my Corvette, better than it ever was. At Hospice of El Paso, we put the same love, dedication, effort, and attention into detail of all of our patients. While we can't bring them back to the beauty they were at one point, we can sure make sure that the rest of the time they have with their loved one is the best time that they could ever have. I'd like to thank Knuckleheads Garage and the Stave Society. First, the Knuckleheads Garage for all the hard work and attention to detail they're putting into my 1978 Corvette to make it the best C3 in El Paso. I'd like to thank the Stave Society for their financial support of our mission at Hospice of El Paso. And I'd like to thank the team at El Paso Hospice for the love, care, and compassion they give to all of our patients. So however you want to live your life, whether it's the prime of your life or your last days, if you need whiskey, cars, or cigars, you got the right place, and we'll make sure that your legacy remains a classic. So please continue to follow along as Alex and the crew bring my 78 Corvette back to full glory. And if you'd like to support our mission, please visit us at hospiceelpaso.org. Thank you very much.